So Minster FM is at York's historic Guildhall today, and welcome Tracy Carter, who is the Assistant Director of Regeneration in York, and somebody who loves this building as much as the people of York do, I think. But it's a building that's got problems, isn't it, Tracy?
It is. We're here on a fairly grey February day.
Feels like November.
It does feel like November. And we've got water coming through the roof. We are about to go and look at some of the other structural issues in the building. It is a building that needs a restoration. It needs to be given a new life for the 21st century. It was built in the Middle Ages as the seat of commerce in the city, and then subsequently the council moved in and it became the democratic heart of the city. We moved out a few years ago to go and relocate elsewhere in the city, and the building needs to have a new life. So what we're doing here is restoring it to its former glory, getting rid of all the structural defects, making it a more usable space to bring people back in, to give access to this wonderful building to people in York, many of whom won't even have been in the building.
I'm with David Warburton, who's the Commercial Projects Manager for the City of York Council. We're in the Guildhall today, having a look round. Now, we're going to see some quite big cracks, aren't we? And, of course, obviously, restoration is what we're all about today. What would happen if we did nothing here, then, do you think?
So the significant structural cracking in the North Annex Tower is progressive and it's active. So if we don't take remedial action, there will come a point where the building becomes unstable, and ultimately, we're not saying next week, next month, next year, but ultimately you would see a collapse. It's absolutely vital that we address the underlying cause, which is poor foundations, and that requires structural underpinning.
Yeah, I mean, the thought of the Guildhall collapsing is terrible, isn't it?
Exactly. It's one of the most significant historic buildings in the city, probably after the Minster, I would argue, the most significant historic building in the city because of its intrinsic links to governance dating all the way back to the City Charter of 1212.